Tom and Jerry. The Great Chase. Once upon a time, in a cozy little house on the outskirts of town, lived a mischievous cat named Tom and a clever mouse named Jerry. Tom, with his sleek fur and sharp whiskers, spent his days lounging in the sun and dreaming of catching Jerry, while Jerry, with his quick wit and nimble feet, always managed to outsmart the cat at every turn. Their rivalry was legendary, spanning countless chases, clever traps, and hilarious mishaps. But despite their constant bickering, there was a mutual respect between the two, a begrudging acknowledgement of each other's skills and cunning. One day, as Tom lounged lazily on the windowsill, he caught sight of Jerry darting across the kitchen floor, a tasty morsel clutched tightly in his paws. With a gleam in his eye and a twitch of his whiskers, Tom leaped into action, determined to catch his elusive prey once and for all. But Jerry was no ordinary mouse, and he had tricks up his sleeve that Tom could never anticipate. As Tom chased Jerry through the house, they left chaos and destruction in their wake, from overturned furniture to broken vases and shattered dishes. Their chase took them through every room in the house, from the cozy living room to the cluttered attic and dusty basement. Along the way, they encountered all manner of obstacles and adversaries, from the family dog to a gang of mischievous alley cats. But through it all, Tom and Jerry persevered, their rivalry fueling their determination to outwit each other at every turn. And as the sun began to set and the house fell silent once more, they called a truce, exhausted but exhilarated by their epic chase. For Tom and Jerry, the thrill of the chase was more than just a game. It was a bond that brought them together, even as it drove them apart. And as they settled in for another peaceful night in their cozy little house, they knew that their adventures were far from over. Once upon a time, in a quaint suburban neighborhood, nestled between tall oak trees and neatly trimmed lawns, there resided an unlikely pair of adversaries: Tom, the crafty cat with a penchant for mischief, and Jerry, the quick-witted mouse with a knack for eluding capture. Their days were spent engaged in a never-ending game of cat and mouse, with Tom tirelessly pursuing Jerry through every nook and cranny of the house. Despite their constant squabbles, there existed a peculiar camaraderie between them, a silent understanding that their antics brought excitement to their otherwise mundane existence. One sunny afternoon, as Tom lounged lazily by the fireplace, he spotted Jerry scurrying across the kitchen floor, a delectable wedge of cheese clutched tightly in his tiny paws. With a gleam in his eye and a twitch of his whiskers, Tom sprang into action, his determination to capture Jerry reignited once more. What ensued was a frenzied chase of epic proportions, with Tom and Jerry darting through the house at breakneck speed. From the cozy confines of the living room to the cluttered chaos of the pantry, their pursuit knew no bounds, leaving chaos and mayhem in their wake. Along the way, they encountered a host of obstacles and adversaries, from the family dog Spike, whose booming bark sent shivers down Tom's spine, to the cunning feline duo of Butch and Toodles, who saw Jerry as fair game for their own mischief. But through it all, Tom and Jerry persevered, their rivalry only fueling their determination to outwit each other at every turn. And as the sun dipped below the horizon and the stars twinkled overhead, they found themselves locked in a stalemate, exhausted but exhilarated by the thrill of the chase. For Tom and Jerry, the pursuit was not merely about catching or escaping. It was about the joy of the chase itself, the adrenaline rush of the hunt, and the bond that formed between them amidst the chaos. And as they settled down for another peaceful night in their cozy home, they knew that tomorrow would bring yet another round of their timeless game, the great chase that had become the hallmark of their enduring friendship and the heart of a bustling city, where towering skyscrapers cast shadows over crowded streets, lived Tom, a mischievous tabby cat, and Jerry, a clever brown mouse. Theirs was a rivalry as old as time itself, a never-ending chase that brought chaos and laughter to their urban surroundings. One sunny day, as Tom lounged lazily on a windowsill, he caught sight of Jerry darting across the bustling sidewalk below, a tempting piece of cheese clutched in his tiny paws. With a flick of his tail and a gleam in his eye, Tom leaped into action, determined to catch his elusive prey once and for all. What followed was a whirlwind chase through the crowded city streets, with Tom and Jerry weaving through traffic, ducking into alleyways, and leaping over obstacles in their quest to outsmart each other. Along the way, they encountered a colorful cast of characters, from street vendors and musicians to curious pigeons and stray dogs, each one adding to the chaos and excitement of their adventure. As the chase continued into the night, the city lights illuminated their path, casting long shadows across the pavement and creating a magical backdrop for their antics. Despite their rivalry, there was a sense of camaraderie between Tom and Jerry, a shared understanding that their chase brought a sense of excitement and joy to their urban surroundings. And so, as the sun began to rise over the city skyline, casting a golden glow over the bustling streets below, Tom and Jerry called a truce, their rivalry momentarily forgotten as they watched the dawn break together. For in the end, their chase was not just about catching or escaping. It was about the thrill of the chase itself, the joy of